You know, the way that I view the way I view things in hip hop is you should always pay homage to those that came before you, that paved the way to make it possible for hip hop to be here today, right?
Right.
The people that laid the groundwork didn't get paid the way that these artists are getting paid now. You know, they did it out of labor of love a lot of times. They weren't able to benefit and monetize the way that artists are able to these days. So I think that it's important when you come into the game to show love to those that came before you. And I think that when you come into hip hop from another race, you are oftentimes automatically considered a culture vulture. Now, I don't agree with that because I think that there are plenty instances with people like MC Serch, Eminem, you know, other races that have contributed to hip hop and shown lots of love to people and continue to do so.
Mm.
And I do think that there are people that are black that are in hip hop that don't care about people that came before them, that don't show love, that don't try to help anybody else.
We the worst ones. We the worst ones for that. We the biggest ones who's guilty of that right there. We don't, again, it goes back to when we was having a conversation about the culture. You know, if you don't have no identity, if you don't have a land base, if you don't have a legacy, if you can't trace your roots, you don't have the dignity. You don't have the intelligence. You don't have the stamina, or you ain't going to take a stance on what's right because you don't have the elements that make you feel confident in the knowing of who you are. So like the saying goes, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So I think that, you know, the lack of culture and identity and land and language and all the things that have been experienced by black folk, I think it contributes to that ignorance and that selfishness and self-hatred to the point where, you know, you hate things, you hate yourself so much that you hate everything that looks like you. And we don't even know we're doing that. But all of that hate and that, you know, not giving props to those who came before you is really a form of self-hatred.
Mm. It's unfortunate, man. It really is, because I think that it's so important for us to give back to something that has been so fruitful for so many people, for so many lives, that changed the world, you know, that's the reason why you're here today, that I'm still here today, you know, that saved our lives, right? So it doesn't cost us anything for us to be like, yo, I really mess with so-and-so stuff. And, you know, I'm so glad that they were able to do their thing and pave the way for me to be here, you know?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Selfishness and not able to identify with the greatness in your own culture because you don't look at your people as your culture. Everybody's divided and separated. We don't have what the Latinos have, that culture we love, that language, that food, that history, you know, that identity, that knowing where you're from gives you power and strength, and that keeps you unified. Black folk never had that. So they continue like.
But would you say that black folks have built that in America now? Because you can argue that hip hop culture is the strongest, most powerful culture in the world.
I disagree with you on that because when it's controlled and when it's been weaponized against you, how much power do you have when your own innovation has been weaponized against you? Hip hop ain't doing nothing for black folk or the people that created it. It ain't building no schools. It ain't building no amusement parks. It ain't building no playgrounds for the children. It ain't teaching the future children anything. We still debating on whether Latinos are 50% in the creation of hip hop. I mean, we've got misindication. I'm sorry. We've been getting misinformation and have truth and staying in debate. And we still don't have clarity on the creation of hip hop still today. Still today, nobody knows the truth of the origin of hip hop because it's been coming out of everybody's mouth. and everybody has a different interpretation of it from their experience. And a lot of hip hop is he say, she say as well.
Right.